Just like the rest of the world, Russia continues to mourn the loss of innocent lives in the MH17 crash. Those people fell victim to the war currently raging in Ukraine. Yet Kiev refuses to listen to reason and rejects any proposals of a ceasefire as repeatedly offered by the militia. It continues to bombard residential areas with heavy weapons, even in the immediate vicinity of the crash site. Instead of cooperating with a thorough and unbiased international investigation into the causes of the incident, the result of which would then be made public with maximum transparency, the Kiev authorities daily and hourly come up with new, absurd and absolutely groundless accusations against Russia. Without notifying international organizations, Ukrainian security agencies are now reportedly working in secret with the data storage system of Ukrainian air traffic control services, both military and civilian, as well as with their personnel. This is clearly getting in the way of an objective and unbiased investigation. In fact, this is not the first time that something like this has happened. Why is there no investigation of the sniper fire on Maidan? Who were those people who targeted both the protesters and the police from a building controlled by the so-called Maidan commandant? Their faces have been captured on video, although I recall that many of the respectable EU and US news stations and agencies failed to report this objective information. Why is there no investigation into the horrendous events in Odessa, where dozens were intentionally burned alive by attackers, acting in cold blood, in the presence of government officials, while those who survived by jumping out in the window were finished off with sticks? Incidentally, many people in Europe and the United States did not get a chance to see these scenes either. Regrettably, much of what has been happening in eastern Ukraine is also taboo for the Western media. Initially, people came out in a peaceful protest, demanding that their rights are safeguarded. But in response, the Kiev authorities decided to use weapons of mass destruction against villages, towns, and densely populated sites. Rockets hit residential areas in Donetsk and Lugansk, with the death toll running into hundreds. If somebody thinks this is acceptable, they should stop their high-sounding human rights rhetoric. The current actions of the Kiev authorities are immoral and inhumane. The Russian Foreign Ministry once again calls on all for an immediate ceasefire, so critical to save the lives of children, women, and the elderly, and to create conditions for a thorough investigation into the tragedy that happened in the skies over Ukraine.